Hello, everybody. Said today that I will be on at 5. I'm a little bit behind, but I'm coming to you live from Octavia's Corner in my humble abode, in my home, where I just wanted to talk to you for a quick moment about believing in yourself. And this is the best time for all of us to start believing in ourselves and start stepping outside of our comfort zone to do some of the things that we've been putting off for years and years, or maybe last month, to try and build up the things that we want to do in our life. So I wrote a little notes down. So if you see me looking down, don't mind me. I have to write notes down so that I can make sure that I stay on the points that I wanted to say. But like I said, this is the best time to focus on the person in the mirror, and that person in the mirror is you. Because what are some of the things that are stopping you from building up your self-esteem, and why are you letting self-doubt cause you to give up on your dreams? We've all wanted things that we wanted to do in our lives that we kept putting on the back burner because of self-doubt, because of fear, because of not being able to stand in front of crowds. Those were some of the things that I knew that I had issues with speaking in public or even on a video. So I'm doing good. I'm doing good by even talking to you all, not even seeing your faces, but talking to you over live feed. But in my book, Increase the Power Within, in my chapter 2, I talked about believing in yourself. And as I stated last week, this was one of the things that stopped me from moving in my lifetime. I had issues where I let people tell me that my ideas wasn't good enough, that the things that I wanted to do could not happen because I was too soft. I wasn't hard enough, and people would not take me serious. There were so many things that I've let people tell me that stopped me from even moving forward. One day, a coworker of mine even spoke to me and said, "Octavia, what do you want to do?" I said, I really thought about being a motivational speaker. But she was like, "Oh, no, most motivational speakers are hard and stern, and you're not like that. So you're not going to be able to instill things into people." And I'm saying, "So you have to be hard to be a motivational speaker?" She was like, "Yes, you have to be hard." And I'm saying, "Wow, I didn't know that was one of the requirements, but okay." But I still let that bother me. And I had to learn how to start doing things that was positive in my life and started instilling positive affirmations into me, because there are people pour into you and say things like that will make you not want to step out. But I had to continue to pour into myself and not let what other people say stop me. Um, and for years, I started believing what other people said, what other people thought, what can stop me from growing because of not only them, but my fear as well. On top of that, so for years, I was afraid to step out. And I just wanted to say I let my fears, or maybe the fears of what other people bestow on me, keep me being stuck. And we have to stop being stuck in situations, or stop being stuck in areas where we want to move. We got to start moving. And sometimes just moving in the right direction can become hard at sometimes, but we have to learn how to let all the naysayers go, let all the negativity that people had told us leave out our mind, and start putting affirmations that will help us to grow. And the only time that I could finally see that I could do whatever it is that I put my mind to was when I was alone. People do not understand that moving to Atlanta to me was the best thing for me, because I had time to really sit down and evaluate the things and places that I wanted to go, the things that I wanted to do. I kept putting off on back burners for a long time. I was supposed to write my book in 2015. I went to a seminar in 2015 and I was ready. Another friend of mine who has her book out, Rhea Martin, she got out, we went to the seminar. Next year, her book was out. And she kept saying, Octavia, what's going on? What's wrong? Why you not finished? And I kept telling her, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I was just doing it at a very slow pace because I kept letting self-doubt get into me. And I'm like, oh, people ain't going to read this. Oh, people don't want to, hear the truth. Oh, this not going to be good. But then I had to say to myself, Octavia, you have to believe in yourself. And when I moved up here, started spending a lot of time alone, spending time alone, not with me, but with God. And I used to hear this still voice saying to me constantly, reminding me that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And that literally those things started resonating in me. It resonated in my spirit. And literally, I had to start saying that daily to not only build my self esteem up, but to let go of all the negativity other people had put into my life. I had to speak in front of people, whether I hated to speak in front of people, whether it was in person or on video. And that was not me, because all my life, from elementary on up to senior high, I was always in the front line. I was always in oratorical contests. I was in drama, doing plays or whatever it is that had me in front of people. And I had no fear of it at all. But once I became an adult, that fear of speaking in front of people just came over me, like I was like stifling, like, oh no, this is the real world. I can't do this anymore. But for years, I always wanted to be the type of person to try to motivate others to do better, because I know I was one of the people that needed motivation. So after saying those things daily to me, that I can do all things through Christ, I started to like build my confidence. And even though I was still not at the point where I would want to step out fully, I was surrounded by people that was helping me to push me to step out. I One time a friend of mine asked me to do a poem that I had written, and I had to do it in front of a group of women. I was nervous. I was so nervous that, to the point that I was trembling, and that's what happens when I used to talk in front of people. My voice cracked, and I had an issue with that. And I used to always have in my head what I wanted to say, but it wouldn't come out the way I wanted to say. But I did it, and that helped to build me a little more. And then a couple of months later, um, one of my old teachers was retiring, and she asked me to give a speech. And at first I was like, no, 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 no. But then the slogan from Nike, just do it, kept resonating in my head. And I was like, okay, I'm do the same thing I did here. I wrote my notes down, and I got in front of the people, and I even put a few jokes and stuff inside of my speech. And they laughed about it, and I was like, oh, okay, I could do this. And I was so excited that I was able to stand in front of, I would say, about 100 or more people, and was able to give that farewell speech about my teacher. And I was able to do it without trembling. I got back to my table, and of course, I had to ask people how I did, and I was glad to hear they say, "Oh, you did very well. You did very well," and that didn't stop me. A few months later, I had to do a speech at a funeral in front of millions of people. And you all, I'm telling you, I was so afraid to look out. I'm not going to say a million because that's exaggerating, but it had to be uh 500 people. And I had to bring a friend of mine up with me for my support system. And she was like, I said, I don't know what you needed me up there for. You did well. And she said, so when you was going back to Toastmasters, because Toastmasters is one of something that I joined because I wanted to get out in front and speak. So I joined Toastmasters because Toastmasters teaches you skills to talk in front of crowds, and what not to say, and how not to use certain words. And I went to Toastmasters feeling like, okay, I could do this, but I just used to observe and see how people would sit back and they speak so like elegantly, like it just come out naturally. And I was like, okay, I want to do that. That's how I want to be. And Doing live videos on Facebook was one of the things that helped me, because once I started doing live videos on Facebook, I started getting more comfortable with the more likes that I got, and the more shares that I got, and people inboxing me and helping me, and eventually it built up my self-esteem. So that's why I'm here today, and I'm to sit here and even be on live, because at first I was saying I was just gonna do a recording and post it, but then I was like, no, let me go live. So I'm here going live and hoping that somebody out there will understand the importance of believing in you. You have to learn to believe in yourself, learn to be able to step outside of your comfort zone and not let fear stop you. So whatever it is that you have in your heart to do, whatever it is that um, you feel that you can do, and you're letting fear, don't allow fear to make you stay stuck. Because I was stuck for years, and I feel like I should have been further than I am. And even though I'm just starting out, I feel that I can empower somebody else to move past their fear and start earlier than I did, because it's so many benefits out here for all of us. And I just pray that somebody will see these live videos or read my book, and it empower them to become better and do better. So I just wanted to come here for a minute to do this live video with you, and to just ask you some things like, um on the videos, tell me some of the things that you are doubting in yourself, and some of the things that you want to improve in certain areas. And hopefully somebody, or maybe me, when I see the questions, I'll be able to tell you some things that help me, because I know that this was not me, and I'm growing and I'm still learning, and I've learned from a lot of different people that are out here doing videos. And it's just time for us to step outside of our comfort zones. And like I said, I had to write down these notes because I'm still nervous. And I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I'm still nervous even talking live on here. A friend of mine was supposed to be on here today with me, but she postponed. So on next Sunday, she will be here. I have my friend Wakia Henry, and she's the owner of Vino Blue Mobile Wine Bar, and she'll discuss some of the things that helped her to believe in herself and to do the things that she's doing out here in DC area. Throwing parties for big people. So she's doing good. And I feel like we all have it in us. We all have the power to be whatever it is that we want to be. And we have to learn how to step outside of our comfort zone and start believing in not only um, us, but in other people. We have to start being that type of person that will motivate somebody else to do better. You can't learn something and keep it to yourself when there's a lot of people out there you may not even know that's going through the same thing you going through. And I thank God that I'm able to step outside of my comfort zone to be the person to help somebody else. So just ask yourself some of these questions. Either you don't have to do it now, or maybe later on, and then if I see it on the news feed next week, we can talk about it. But ask yourself some of the questions on what are some of the things that's keeping you back, holding you back from moving forward. What are some of the things that you need to do to better you, and what's stopping you from doing it? Like, create affirmations daily that you can post daily and read daily to yourself, to keep you empowered, to make you do more, to make you step outside of that comfort zone, to make you become better. Whatever it is that's stopping you, we need to put a stop to it right now and just learn how to step outside of our comfort zones. And I hope that you all will take the time to purchase my book and read some of the things that I wrote down, because I'm the type of person, sometimes my speaking may not come across the way I wanted to come across, but I write it well in words. So go out and purchase my book, read about it, tell me what you all think, and just let me know what are some of the things that you feel like stopping you, and tell me what is it that you've done to help you on this. We're on a corona vacation, and we have a lot of time on our hands where we can do some of the things that we've been putting off for the longest. We got time on our hands where we're sitting at home, working from home, or just being at home. And I'm sorry for people that have been laid off from their jobs, but for others that's working at home, you're home. So by the time 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock hit that you're off, do something daily that will help you to be at the end of this year. I want to see so many things about people that stepped out of their comfort zones to open businesses, step out of their comfort zone to write a book, step out of their comfort zone to go back to school, to buy a house, whatever it is that you're holding and you have been putting on the back burner. I want to see cross my timeline a lot of congratulations on all the various avenues that you're taking to better you. And I, like I said, I wasn't gonna be on here long because I'm not a talker. Um, and I just wanted to just tell you to stop believing in you. You are the most important person in your life, and until you believe in yourself, nobody else will believe in you. So step outside of your comfort zone, and I'm gonna just say a little a poem that I have in the book that would say, "Believing in yourself. Believing in yourself is hard for some to do. Taking care of yourself can become very hard too. But when you understand that you are the key to bettering yourself because it's for you and not for me. We know we have the skills to do what it takes. Making it happen may come with mistakes, but never doubt yourself. You have what you need. Just believe in yourself and you will succeed. So these are the words that I want to keep resonating in your mind today. And from tonight, starting tonight, please write down your goals, write down things that you want to do that you've been procrastinating about, and let me know some of the things that you would want to talk about on next week, because like I said, I'll go live again next week, but next week I will have a friend of mine with me, and daily, weekly, on Sundays at 5 o'clock, we will be going over different topics, different things that can help us to grow in different areas. Credit repair. We all need things done, fixed on our credit, and sometimes it might be hard for us to do, but I can show you a few tips on what to do to fix your credit, and I'll bring somebody in that's a professional that will explain some of the things that you can do. And if you can't do it yourself, maybe you can reach out to them. Things such as buying homes, what it is, what's the credit score that you need, what do you need to do, how much saving you should have. I would start going over a lot of these things because I feel like we can have the power. We have the power to do whatever it is we want, or have whatever it is we want, but we just have to change our mindsets. And everything, like I said, starts with you. So I hope this video has blessed you. And I hope that next week I will have a flood, list of questions that you all have asked and want answered. And I just wanted to just leave you with that tidbit for today. Just believe in you. And once you believe in you, you can conquer anything that you want to. So this is my live feed for today. And I hope to see you again next Sunday at 5. Thank you and have a great day.